What's up, everyone? Wanted to hop on here real quick and share with you something new that we're testing right now that I think could really help everyone, especially those that struggle with cold calling. I think this could possibly eliminate your cold calling or at least cut it down drastically. So here's what we're kind of working with right now. We're working on trying to build a system that will automate your marketing as well as your follow-ups. Because here's the thing. You have to do two things well in this business in order to be successful. Number one, you've got to find and generate leads on a consistent basis. So that's new overages that are being generated. That's fairly simple. I cover that in depth in the course. But then the second part of that is you have to be able to follow up with those leads multiple times. And the thing is, you have to balance that. You have to balance the action of creating new leads and following up with old leads, because the fortune's in the follow-up, right? I think there's been some research on here. You can go Google it, but how many contacts need to be made with a prospect before they finally respond or say yes? And I think it's like 7 or 8, something like that. Okay. And so that can be challenging, especially if you're manually doing all that follow-up work yourself, which that's what I did, okay, when I first got started in this business. And so what we're testing with is what you're looking at right here is you have kind of these stages that people go through, right? Like you market to your prospects, then they respond to you, you send out the paperwork, then they sign everything, you send it over to the attorney. And then within each stage, there's different steps. So what you're looking at here is this is kind of the marketing step right here. And what this system does is it will call people, leave them a voicemail, send them a text message, and send them an email. And it will do that automatically. And so that is a huge time saver because you're not the one physically doing it. And then you'll see here, there's people that have responded. So we've put 389 leads in here. 5 people have responded to the text. This does not take into account the people that have responded to via phone call. So if we take into that account, we've got about 11 people that have responded so far after going through this first step right here. And now everybody's in step 2. Okay. So, and you're probably looking at that and you're like, oh, 11 people out of 389, that's terrible, right? You know, that's only a 2.8% response rate. But I mean, depending on your background, if you're doing like direct mail, for example, you shoot for kind of a 1 to 3% response rate if you're a real estate investor doing direct mailing campaigns. Okay. What I'm curious to find is what's going to happen once everyone goes through step 2, step 3, step 4, and they start reaching that kind of that 7th contact that we've made with them. What will happen then? So I'm really excited to see what comes from that. Because if a lead goes through this entire sequence, meaning if they go through all 4 steps, they will receive 12 different contact points from us. Okay. And this can be tailored and customized. And so I'm really curious to see the results from this test that we're running. And just wanted to share that with you guys to kind of just share my, what I'm working on, and, if there's to gauge to see if there's any interest in learning more about how that process might work for you. Because here's the thing, guys, there's what I did in the beginning of my journey, right? When I first quit my job and got going with surplus funds, started doing this full time, like I hustled my way to 6 figures. I cold called, I knocked doors, I hand wrote letters. I hustled my way to 6 figures, meaning I just worked my face off to get there. Because I didn't have a choice. I had to do that. There was nothing to fall back on. Okay. Because I did not want to go back to working at the prison. Now, I don't recommend that for everyone. I mean, that's obviously a risky path to take. Therefore, I don't recommend that, but it worked for me. But here's the thing. There's what I did. And then now with my experience and looking back, hindsight's 2020, right? And there's what I should have done. And what I should have done, instead of just grinding and hustling, what I should have done from the beginning is developed systems and processes that would have allowed me to automate my marketing, my outreach, and also automate my follow-ups. Because that's the biggest thing. You have to balance that, like I said in the beginning. You've got to develop new leads. That's a constant process. But then you have to follow up with older leads consistently until you either get a yes or a no. Okay. The worst thing you can have is a database of leads that you have gotten zero response from. If people say no, that is a good thing, because then you're getting closer to the yes. So that is your goal when you're developing leads, is you either want to get a yes or a no from people. You need to elicit some sort of response from them. Okay. So now the question is, if that could all be done for you automatically on a consistent schedule so that you don't have to worry about it, so that all you have to do is upload your leads and then respond to the people that are calling you back or texting you back or emailing back, would that help you? Would that, one, increase the chances of you closing more deals? Would it save you the stress of not having to cold call as much, or maybe not even at all? And would that save you time as well as money? Because time is money, right? So if you're spending less time on just reaching out to people, and you change that so that you're just spending time talking to folks that are interested, would that help you in your business? So anyway, I'll follow up with you on the results of this test. And if you guys have more interest in maybe learning how to develop a system like this, or having a system built for you, let me know. Let me know in the comments below if that would be interesting for you, and maybe we can hold a training or something like that. And if you don't care, let me know as well. Okay. So like I said, this is just a test that I just showed you. I don't have anything to offer you right now or anything. Just testing these programs to see if they're viable, to see if they yield results. If they do, I'd be happy to share with you guys those results and help you implement your own system if there's interest there. So let me know down below, and let me know what other obstacles you're facing, guys, in your marketing. What's been your biggest challenge with surplus funds? I want to continue to be a resource for you to help you make 2023 and beyond your year, and wish you much success, and we'll talk to you guys later. Thanks, guys.